I mean, where do you see us going from here right now?
Well, I think it's gonna, I mean, honestly, I think it's gonna get very bad. I try to be realistic and not super negative, but I just don't see, like, when we're talking about war and we've got issues with fertilizer, we've got issues with climate, I feel like they're not being honest about, like, I don't know what the state of crops in America actually are when we've got heat waves that they don't actually report on. We've got wildfires that they never tell us. It's so crazy how much stuff is going on. Yeah, and then the water shortage. So I just think, prices of everything are gonna climb, and I don't know how people are gonna. Oh, you're on mute.
Oh, your mic's
Oh,
on.
I know, my mic's back on. My mic is very sensitive, and I made it mad with my hand gesture. I tend to like talk with my hands, and I always knock my mic out. So it's like, oh, okay. Yeah, I'm all right. All right, I'm back online. But to your point though, the water shortage. Let's talk about that for a second, because I know that's something that's really important to the Southwest, in particular in the West. And the rolling blackouts that might be coming this summer. Do you know much about what's going on with the water? Because I know there was even so much dispute about it just less than a decade ago that Northern California wanted to split from Southern California.
Wow.
Because they were so frustrated.
They should have probably.
Yeah, they probably should have. I mean, it seems like the way that they sectioned off the water even from the beginning was completely wrong. And so now you guys are just like stuck in a bad situation.
Well, yeah, they based it on like high levels and didn't think about, evaporation or
right. Well, yeah. And then like the different, and they haven't really been, that's what you were talking about, being honest with people. I mean, they definitely haven't been honest with people about how the water is kind of like divvied out as it goes on down the river, I mean,
right.
There are people in Arizona that just should never have even been able to move there, I guess. Like, I just feel like the way that they're thinking about this is so backwards. And I don't think, and they're not, like, we were talking the other day about how they've done a restriction on outdoor water use, but not on indoor water use. Mm-hmm. And I just, like, people's minds don't work like that. Like, you really have to, like me, like, for instance, I'm always late for stuff. So if you just lie to me and tell me to be there at a different time, then I'll probably be on time, So like, we need the same situation. Like, just lie to people and tell them that they need to start restricting all water now. And then by the time, by the time they really have to, but they're not going to do it. And
they end like every news story with a positive spin, like, well, maybe we'll get a bit of rainfall or snowpack or something. And the reality is that Lake Mead gets to a dead pool point, which means that it can't pump out any more water at 897, which is like, I don't know if it's feet or what it is,
gallons,
but we're at like 1047 or something like that. And the lady who was talking about it in this news story was just kind of like, but I don't think we'll get there too quickly. And it was like,
no, you guys are probably already there, because it's actually going so much faster than they were even predicting for it to go.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely there. Northern California even is in a drought, as well as Southern Oregon. Now, I'm up in the Pacific Northwest where it's raining all the time. We've had more rain than we've had in 100 years. So it's kind of in the area that I'm in. Whoa. So like, literally we had one day of sun the other day. So yeah, it's been, I'm in the bizarre world of no sunshine. It doesn't feel like summer and I have to wear a coat. So I might as well be in Alaska or somewhere, or Northern Canada. But but I remember living in California just a couple of years ago, and water being rationed to a point there, and then people using wells. But also, Las Vegas is a big consumer of California water, which is bizarre, but it is. And they use it for their energy, and they require a great deal of energy. So I think getting them energy independent on alternative energy sources would be a really great start. Vegas. So.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, and I think people aren't even thinking about that. They're like, oh yeah, your power also comes from the water, a lot of it. So huge problem.
They don't realize, yeah.
It's just alarming because so many people are also like stealing from the aquifers under the ground, and like
really.
Yeah, like almond companies and stuff like that.
Yeah, so that's, I mean, because people just, if you have enough money, try to dig your own, just dig down in the ground, see what happens. Some people do that if you have enough money, but they're not but they don't get the right permission. So they're not accounting for how often that might be happening. And I don't know. People are
Wild times we live in.